Hey, what's up, everybody? Today we're looking at Darwin and the Art of Botany, Observations on the Curious World of Plants by James Costa and Bobbi Angell. When I first saw the title for this book, I figured by Art of Botany they meant the nature of the practice of studying plants, but no, it's meant as in like the artistic renditions of plants, so this is part art book. The artwork for this book comes from the Oak Spring Garden Foundation, and the book may be worth picking up for that alone. So here's a sample of what the artwork is like for this book. And then there's Darwin. During Darwin's career as a scientist, he did a lot of work studying plants and helping to lay the foundations of what we now know as plant physiology. And after publishing On the Origin of Species in 1859, which is his most famous work, he wrote 6 botany books that each look at a very specific aspect of plants or plant physiology. He wrote The Various Contrivances by Which Orchids Are Fertilized by Insects, which is probably my favorite book title ever. On the Movement and Habits of Climbing Plants, Insectivorous Plants, The Effects of Cross and Self-Fertilization in the Vegetable Kingdom, The Different Forms of Flowers on Plants of the Same Species, and The Power of Movement in Plants. Each of the 45 chapters for this book is for a different plant, and we're going to see plants that are featured in the books that Darwin wrote. So there's a lot of stuff here on orchids or climbing plants mostly. The authors combine actual excerpts from Darwin's publications and artwork from the Oak Spring Garden Foundation, as well as their own writing, which that was mostly my favorite part of the book. Darwin's writing was very dry and technical, but you definitely feel the sense of how fascinated he was to be documenting his observations in these plants, and that's a really cool thing to experience when you're reading this book. This book also has a very good introduction with a mini biography on Darwin, and I think that helps put the reader in the perfect mindset to be getting into the actual body of work here. Having bits from each of Darwin's botany books in one tome makes this book something that, if you love botany or you're someone who's interested in the work of Darwin, you'll want to check this book out for sure. And full disclosure, I usually don't review a book until I've read the entire thing, but I've only read about half of this book. But I wanted to let you know about it because it's something that focuses on 3 specific target audiences, any of which should really like the book. Or if you're like me and you're interested in all 3, Darwin, art, and botany, it's pretty much a must that you read this book. I also want to let everyone know that I really appreciate you watching this video, especially since I haven't made any videos in a while. I have been reading books lately, but they're mostly like school books for agriculture and ecology related stuff, so maybe I'll review some of those sometime in the future. Okay, that's it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is an interesting book, being part art book and part educational reference, but I think the authors did a really good job of making it a more enjoyable read. If you've watched this far into the video, you might as well just check out Darwin and the Art of Botany by Costa and Angell.